Alright, now contrapositive. So we know that P implies Q is logically equivalent to negation of Q implies negation of P. Okay. So contrapositive. So the contrapositive says that P implies Q is logically equivalent to negation of Q implies negation of P. Okay. So let's go back to our earlier example when we had doctor and graduate. So P implies Q means that if X is a doctor, then he or she is a graduate. All right. What this thing implies is if X is not a graduate, then he or she is not a doctor. So both the things are logically equivalent, right? So graphically what this means is, so we constructed this as the circle P and this as the circle Q. So statement 1 means P implies Q. What this means is if a point lies inside the red circle, then it lies inside the blue circle. So this is statement 1. Statement 1 says that if a point lies in the red circle, then it necessarily lies in the blue circle. Red circle signifies statement P, okay, and blue circle signifies statement Q. Okay. What statement 2 means is, statement 2 means that if a point does not belong to the blue circle, that is, if a point lies outside the blue circle, then it should lie outside the red circle as well. Okay. So these two statements are logically equivalent to each other. Okay. So this is the analogical example from a person who is a doctor and a graduate, and this is the Venn diagrammatic example which comes from basically the drawing the two statements as sets. Okay. So if P is the set of all doctors, Q is the set of all graduates, then all doctors must lie in the set of graduates and all non-graduates must lie in the set of non-doctors. Okay. So this is what we call as a contrapositive. So an example is if I am in Mumbai, then I am in Maharashtra. That is true. If I am not in Maharashtra, then I am not in Mumbai. So this is the contrapositive. Okay. So if you call this as statement A, this is the contrapositive of statement A. Or if you call this as statement B, then this is the contrapositive of statement B. Okay. Because if you call this as the original statement, so you can call anything as the original statement. There is no starting point that this statement is the original statement. Okay. So somebody can say that this is my original statement, this is contrapositive. So that is also okay with me. Okay. So if you start with the statement negation of Q implies negation of P, then its contrapositive is going to be negation of P implies negation of Q, which is basically P implies Q. Okay. So the contrapositive of statement, if B is the contrapositive of A, then A is the contrapositive of B. Okay. So that's what I am trying to say here. Now the another set of statements is converse. Okay. A converse of a statement is Q implies P. Okay. So remember that if the original statement is P implies Q, then the contrapositive is negation of Q implies negation of P, whereas the converse is Q implies P. Okay. So on the one hand, this is always true, whereas this might be true. Okay. The contrapositive need not be true. So coming back to our example of doctors and graduates, we have that all doctors, so P implies Q basically means that if X is a doctor, then X is a graduate. Okay. So this is true, we know this is true. But the converse would be if X is a graduate, then X is a doctor. We know that this is false. So in this situation, it's not true. Okay. Okay, so the contrapositive might be true. So sorry, the converse might be true. Now the question is, when is the converse true? So converse is true if and only if P is logically equivalent to Q. So this is what you can remember, that when P and Q are logically equivalent, then P implies Q is true and Q implies P is true. Okay, so graphically what we are saying is that if both the circles are exactly the same, if the circle for P and the circle for Q are exactly coincidental, okay, then in that case we have P equivalent to Q. So in that case you can say P implies Q is also true and Q implies P is also true. In fact, proving these two statements independently is a proof to prove that P and Q are logically equivalent. So a lot of times when you will be asked to prove that P and Q are same, you will be proving that P implies Q and Q implies P. So look out for such structure of proofs whenever we are encountering proofs. So we'll be doing a lot of such proofs where we'll be proving both a statement and its converse, and the end point will be that we'll be coming to the conclusion that both the statements are logically equivalent. So that's your converse and contrapositives.